everyone. Welcome to Comics with Bueller. As always, I'm Bueller, and today is episode 122 of the brand new Coffee and Comic Show. And as you can see, I'm not alone. I got my good friend Bob here with me. Bob, how you doing today?
Doing fantastic, my friend. Episode number 122. Can't believe it, man.
There you go. Hey, you got a really nice shirt going on there.
Why, thank you. You like that?
Yeah, you see my Comics with Bueller shirt.
Look at that.
Everything comic shirt.
Yeah. But speaking about that, since you've mentioned my shirt,
Oh,
I got one for you as well, my friend.
Oh, there you go. Awesome. Hey, you know what? Is this one closer to the chest up here so it doesn't highlight
that's
the belly?
the only thing. I had these are prototypes.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to have him make it closer to.
I think this one is closer to the chest.
It is. What?
Yeah.
Look at that. He got the better one.
That's awesome, man.
That's awesome.
I will wear this with pride.
Very cool.
Thank you, sir.
I had a couple of prototypes made. There are only 3 in existence. There's one for me, one for you, and one for my wife. So
that's awesome.
But I'm thinking
I'm that special.
You're that special.
Wow! I jumped over everyone else. Wife Bueller.
But I'm thinking about getting a bunch of these made. So
yeah,
you know, like I said, prototypes, and I think the logo turned out great.
There you go. If you're watching right now, leave in the comments. Let Bob know if you're interested in the shirt. You know, maybe he'll make you one or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Sounds good.
He'll probably sell it to you because he wants to make some money. And stuff like that. But you know what? Maybe you should do a hat as well.
You think so?
Yeah, kind of a combination.
You think people like my hat?
Sure.
Right on.
Anyway, we always start off with the coffee that we're drinking today. And as always, or most of the time, our coffee is brought to you by Mocha Express. It's a local coffee shop that's kind of been with us from day one. And if you're local here in the Oregon area, stop on by, go to Mocha Express. But today, there's an exception. So nothing against Mocha Express because it's still my local favorite. And I went there like 4 times last week, and I know you did as well.
I did.
But today is something different because we are actually highlighting for the first time a different coffee that was sent to us. So we're actually doing like a review of coffee, and that's pretty cool because not only have we received comic books in the past to review, but now we're starting to receive coffee.
Which is awesome.
And this is like perfect life. I mean, Chalupa next, and I'm done. Chalupa next, and then I'm done.
There you go.
But let's talk about the coffee that we're drinking right now. And the coffee that we're drinking right now, and I got all this written down because there's a lot of stuff to cover. This is by comicsoncoffee.com. And I'll put their website right up here and their logo and everything. They reached out to us last week. They are comic book fans. And guess what? They're coffee fans. So the two go together. So they said, hey, Bueller, we love your show. Of course they do, because it's coffee and comics. It's the same thing, you know?
Exactly.
So there you go. They're like, we'd like to send you some more coffee for you to try out. So they did. And let me show you what they sent. They sent, and this is what we're drinking right now. This is called Dark Side Roast right here. Show that right there.
Very cool.
Very nice. And then they also sent Outbreak. And this is another blend, which Bob hasn't tried yet, but I tried earlier in the week, and I thought that was pretty good as well. So thank you to them. But let me tell you a little bit about their coffee, and I'm just going to kind of set these up here. Let me see if I can kind of slide this back. Put these on display. There we go. Give them some airtime and whatnot. And let me tell you a little bit about the coffee. First thing you're going to notice, it's comic book themed. And that's pretty cool. And not only is the comic book themed, but the person who's doing the artwork is the owner.
That's amazing.
And she's fantastic. She's the one I've contacted with and talked to. And she does all the artwork. There's little comic strips on the back of the bags.
Yeah.
And she does those as well. They're all kind of they remind me of the Snickers commercials. To where like, oh, you need a Snickers to feel better.
Right.
You know, like playing football and it's Betty White.
Betty White, yeah.
Then you're like that. It's like that, but a coffee version of that.
That's awesome.
So, like they're a zombie until they get the coffee. You know, something like that. So she does all the artwork, and it's just awesome. And like I said, she's a comic book fan. So let me tell you about their coffee. What they have on their website, like I said, comicsoncoffee.com. They have individual bags like you see right here, and you can get multiple blends. I think they got like 8 or 9 different ones. The 2 we're showing here is Dark Side Roast and the Outbreak. A couple of the other ones I saw on there are called Santa's Xmas. That looks pretty good. Wouldn't mind trying that. And there's also one called Lightspeed.
Oh, sweet.
So, and like I said, comic book themed, so very cool. And also, you can buy the individual bags, so like 12-ounce bags like that, or they have a subscription service. So you can subscribe to their service, and you can get like 1 coffee bag a month. You can get one coffee bag every 2 weeks, or you can get one coffee bag every week, depending on how much you drink. I would probably go for the one every week.
Yeah, absolutely.
To be totally honest, because I drink a lot, and so do you.
I do.
9 cups of coffee before you get here at 8 o'clock in the morning.
This is true.
I don't know where he puts it, but whatever, right? So you can subscribe to their service, and the neat thing about their service is, if you do that, they have a monthly giveaway drawing for comic books, because it's a comic book themed coffee place. And so you can win comics just by subscribing to their subscription service as well. That being said, they also have some other stuff. So let me kind of cover that. They have handmade mugs as well. That's got their logo on it. Looks really cool. I like them a lot. They also have coffee accessories all on their website. The owner, Tanya, like I said, she is the artist. And with every purchase, you get a sticker, which I actually took and put in my fridge. She actually does art prints as well. And every now and then she throws these into the orders when people get them. So that's pretty cool. This is obviously Magneto right there. So that's pretty cool. You can see that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But like I said, she's very talented. I mean, she's doing the artwork, Tanya. She's doing the coffee. So she's like checking every base I could ever ask for.
I'm telling you, right?
Another thing, the beans come directly from the farmers, so there's no middlemen involved. So she just deals with the farmers with the beans, and she gets them and she brews them, whatever they do. I'm not all keen on all that thing, but she knows what she's doing. So that's what
I think that's awesome, because there are a lot of companies that they just basically put their label on somebody else's coffee.
Yes.
And if she's dealing directly with the farmers, this is brand spanking new coffee brand.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
And she's based out of Florida, and I made that trip down to Florida. I wish I would have known then. I would have stopped by and checked out the operation. But if I make another trip to Florida, definitely I'm going to go stop by. But there's some other stuff going on. She wanted me to announce this. It's kind of cool. They have a golden ticket event starting on May 17th through the 23rd. And every purchase that you make, you get entered in to win the Mall 9.8 autographed by the creators, courtesy of Scout Comics. The funny thing is, we actually gave away the same book donated from Scout Comics last year.
Wow.
So now, because they're actually friends with Scout Comics, they kind of, hang out. Even the guy in the logo looks like the owner of Scout Comics, to be totally honest. And I even said that to her. But anyway, if you want to purchase something, you're entered to win the golden ticket, and you can win the Mall 9.8 autograph. I think there might even be I saw the picture of it. It looked like there was a remark on it as well. I could be wrong, but it looked like it had something original on it, so it looked pretty cool. But you are entered to win that, and that's the drawing between May 17th and the 23rd. So any purchase between then, you are entered to win. Now, here's the cool thing. We didn't ask for this, and they offered this to us. You're watching this, you're one of our viewers, you guys drink coffee. That's what this show is about, coffee and comic books. So if you want to buy some coffee, go to their website, comicsoncoffee.com, buy a bag, try it out, but enter the code Bueller. Once again, the Bueller code is back, and you save 15% off your purchase.
Can't beat that.
You can't beat it. So there you go. The Bueller code is working. It works on Scout Comics. It works on coffee. Taco Bell's next.
Yeah, there you go.
Taco Bell's next.
The Bueller code for a chalupa.
Everything would be awesome. Free chalupa Fridays. But anyway, go to their website. Check it out. Do me a favor. Show them some support. This is a local in Florida owned business. Okay, something really cool. Something that I've talked about doing myself. I've eventually down the line I've talked about possibly doing my own coffee brand because it kind of goes hand in hand with what we do. But right now, you can pick this up at their website, comicsoncoffee.com. Enter the code Bueller. You save 15% off your purchase. Buy a bag. Try the Dark Side. And then try the Santa's Xmas. Let me know if it's any good. Or try the Lightspeed. Let me know if that's any good as well.
Yeah.
Honestly, the one thing we forgot to say is how good is the coffee.
Yeah.
And you just tried it today. What did you think?
I did. This has got, it's really nice. It's got a slight acidic hit in the very front, and then it's nutty in the back, and it's got a really nice aftertaste. Seriously, it's really good.
It is good. Here's the thing. I can't describe coffee that well. I've tried. I looked it up. I tried them both, and I like it. I mean, I'll just put it to you that way.
There you go. I just like it.
I enjoy it. I actually have a little bit of creamer in here. I've actually brewed it a couple times just to get. I used the French press on one of them just because you get more of a coffee taste to it. I brewed this one out of my coffee machine to see the difference or whatnot. I actually used it to make one of my fraps I make here, like the cold drink. And the frap one was really nice because I actually sometimes the frap will overtake the taste and you only kind of taste the chocolate. But I like a nice, strong coffee taste to it, and it had that on it. So I like that little, it was bold enough to kind of fight through the the chocolate and stuff like that. So I like it. I'm a fan of this coffee. I'm looking forward to trying the other stuff out.
Yeah. I think the earmark of any good coffee is when you drink it just straight black, is it good?
Yes.
And it's really good.
Yeah, and that's pretty much how I prefer my coffee, just straight black.
Yeah.
And I like both the two blends I've tasted. So Tanya, if you're watching right now, do me a favor. Santa's Xmas and Lightspeed, those are the next ones on my list.
Yeah.
And those look really good. So, you know what? I just want to say thank you to her and thank you to Comics on Coffee. I want to get that right because it's kind of confusing because of our logo.
Right.
So I definitely wrote it down. ComicsOnCoffee.com. Go check it out. Great looking website, by the way. And read their story, about them and stuff, and buy some coffee. Just give it a shot. Try one bag, see if you like it. If you like it good enough, buy another bag or subscribe. I think you're going to enjoy it. But don't forget to enter the code Bueller and save 15%.
Right.
All right. Our coffee review, how did we do?
I think we did okay.
Okay. First time for everything.
Yeah.
All right. It probably took a while, but you know what? I like talking coffee. It's kind of a nice little switch.
Maybe we should make this the Is It Good segment.
We could have put that in there. There you go. Okay, so now what are we doing? Okay, let's just do a rundown of the show really fast. We're going to start off with our first 5, courtesy of Comic Pro Line. We're going to go ahead and jump to our topic, which our topic is 5 best comics or story arcs to bring on a desert island. Should be interesting. We got a lot of different people's picks, and we'll share our picks as well. We'll finish with our final 5, also brought to you by Comic Pro Line. We'll have Robbie's pick of the week, and we're adding an additional segment to Robbie's pick. And this will be very interesting. Robbie doesn't even know about it. You think he's going to like it?
I don't know. We'll see.
Well, yes, we will. Anyway, so stick around for that towards the end of the video. We'll do our Was It Good segment brought to you by Scout Comics as well. And we'll finish off with our random thoughts. We're going to do we'll do a follow-up to our last week's topic because there was a lot of questions about that. We'll talk about the Jupiter Legacy, and also we'll talk about Venom 2, the trailer dropped. We'll tell you our thoughts on that as well. Anyway, before we get going on our first 5, let me just say thank you to our super chats from last week. We had the Rogue Trader, thank you so much. And we also had, of course, Thomas Jackman, the constant super chatter.
He's amazing.
Every week. It's crazy.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you very much to both of those people.
Yeah,
and
thanks,
to all
guys.
the people who have ever gave a super chat. And all of you guys just watching as well. So thank you very much. Also, we have some new Patreons I want to recognize. We have Jim Leno, I believe, Darth Timo, and Mez Electra. I believe I pronounced those right. I don't know for sure, but there's 3 new ones. So thank you for joining our Patreon. If you want to join our Patreon, it's $3.99 a month, the price of 1 comic book a month. If you think Bob and myself is worth $3.99 a book a month or whatever, that's less than what a DC book is, right?
That's right.
If you think we're worth more or less than a DC or whatever it is, a DC book, go ahead and be part of our Patreon.
There you go.
It helps us out quite a bit.
We're going to be like the Todd McFarlane of Patreon.
Yeah,
right?
we're the image.
There we go.
Should we lower it to $2.99?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started because we've been talking quite a bit. Let's go ahead and go with our first 5, brought to you by Comic Pro Line. And Bob, you can go first, my friend.
All right. I am going to go with some Flash this week. I've been showing Flash some love. Here's Flash 217. And then we have Flash 216.
Oh, let me move this up a little bit. Oh,
All right.
there we go.
And there we go with that one. And then we have Flash. This was the year of the villain. I don't know which number. Oh, Flash 75 with Captain Cold on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Flash goodness.
And then this is Flash 88. There we go. And then we have Flash 760. I also have this copy signed by Joshua Williamson somewhere.
Nice.
But there you go. It's my first 5.
Not bad. I got some books signed by him as well.
Sweet.
All right, so I got kind of a hodgepodge of stuff here. So the first one is from Blackbox Comics. This is IT. I just like this cover. This is an older book. This is number 3. And this is just a cool cover. It's got a bloody gun on it and stuff. I like that quite a bit. And then I have WWE Attitude 2018 Special by Boom Studios. Showing some wrestling love right there. Look at that. Steve Austin, Mankind. Not bad. The Walking Dead number 1, the Rob Liefeld Wizard World exclusive. Look at this horrible thing. I mean, look at this great thing. Look at that goodness right there. Man, I love it.
Anything Rob Liefeld.
And you know what? I want to show this again. This is just awesome because I just read number 3. But this is the Joker number 1 Comic Tom exclusive. And this was honestly my favorite exclusive that he's done so far. But I just want to say, he's doing that Something Is Killing the Children one.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
And he asked me what I thought about that. You can see my quote on this thing. He actually already put it up there. But it's awesome. It's a statement maker.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
By far, I think it's probably the best one he's done. And it's for Something Is Children to Children number 16.
16.
So
Mm-hmm.
right now, this is still Hold to the Throne because I have it in hand.
Mm-hmm.
But when I get the other one in hand, I'm going to definitely look at the two and say, okay, which one's the best?
Yeah.
So because it does look pretty cool.
It looks amazing.
So, and then the last one of my 5 is the Spawn Batman crossover event.
One I always look for in the wild.
Look at that. That's some good stuff. Didn't you get a nice copy and sell it and make some money or something like that?
No, I actually got a nice copy and had Frank Miller sign it.
Oh, that's right.
And so all I just need is McFarlane to sign it, and then I can make some really decent money off of it.
Well, there. Ooh, look at you.
I mean, you can find these in the wild in dollar bins.
Oh, yeah.
But if you get both signatures on it, you can make some serious money with it.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Well, there you go. That's our first 5 brought to you by Comic Pro Line. You can go to their website, Comic Pro Line or whatnot, and buy some bags, boards, boxes. Let them know Tony sent you, or look at the code for Tony, and then, give the guy some credit because he's putting in a lot of work for them and bringing some good product for us. So, anyway, before we get to our topic real quick, I just want to say, and I almost forgot about this. So, Chess number 1, our exclusive, we sold out. They're gone. Everyone should be receiving them already. Everything has been shipped, even internationally, so those people should probably be seeing them this week. But pretty much everyone in the United States probably already started receiving them on Friday and Saturday, and probably leftovers today. And there's a few stragglers that are like people are paying a little bit later, which is fine. We've already worked that out with them and stuff, so they'll pay it whenever they can. It's no big deal. We did hold on to a handful of copies. When I say a handful, I say like 4 sets, because we like to cover our bases just in case some were damaged. I want to replace them without any cost to you guys. So once we find out they've all been delivered and you're good to go, whatever is remaining, it could be all 4 sets or it could be none, to be honest. We might have a handful available, only about 4, like I said. But for the most part, like I said, it's sold out. So thank you, everyone, for making it a success for Bob's first variant.
Yeah, man.
And,
I've really enjoyed. There's some people who have posted pictures of that they've received them already. That has blessed my heart, and I'm still just absolutely blown away by it. So
yeah, we had a lot of fun signing them, and 80% of the people who bought them wanted us to sign them.
I was blown away by that.
So we just sat at my kitchen counter, and we just spent the whole evening, just signing the books and stuff, And I think it's really cool that we announced it on Monday. We process them on Tuesday, and people have them in their hands by Friday.
That's awesome.
Within 1 week, they're there in your hands. 5 days turnaround. That's I like doing that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's pretty cool. So thank you, Bob, for coming over and doing all that and taking care of all that.
I had fun hanging out with you.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was like CGC over. And thank you, everyone who purchased the books and stuff. It's we have some other things we're talking about. It'll probably be a little while before we get there, but because of the success from this one, makes it more possible for us to do more. So
yeah,
appreciate that, everyone. There you go. All right, let's go ahead and get to our topic of the week, and our topic is brought to you by BlackboxComics.net. You can go to their website, enter the code Bueller, you save 10% on any of their books. They got Devil's Dominion number 4 or 5 coming out this week. I don't know for sure. I think it's number 4. It's 4 or 5. Which one of those? And they got a new book coming out in July, so it's looking pretty cool. But our topic is 5 books that you would take on a desert island, like story arcs, best stories. We've done one similar to this, 5 books you would save from a fire. Mm-hmm. This is different because those ones were like sentimental books or valuable books. These are best story arcs that you'd want to sit there and read because you're stuck on an island. There's no beautiful lady bringing you cocktails or nothing like that. It's just you, just sad you, just sitting there on an island with a short box because that's all you grabbed on the way out. I gotta get that box. So anyway, there we go. So Bob, you were up first with the first comment.
Sure. The first one comes from John Stout. He says, my desert island picks: Batman Hush, Batman The Long Halloween, Watchmen, Spawn Compendium Volume 1. He says that might be cheating. And Batman Nightfall. These should help me pass the time for at least a couple of days between foraging for food and shelter. Also, I could happen to run into a not fixed J. Scott Campbell type island girl. Thanks.
There you go. So that's our buddy John.
Oh, is it?
That's our buddy, yeah. That's the Batman guy.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I wanted to put his comment in there because for one, I just had coffee with him the other day, and the first time I met John, he's a local here in Oregon. His car is all decked out with Batman
His
symbols.
car looks awesome.
Yeah, and he's a big Batman fan, and he's got like a bat cave at his house and stuff like that. So I just wanted to say, John, awesome. Thank you for the Subway. He bought me a Subway sandwich yesterday.
Oh, there you go. Cool.
So that was pretty cool, and nothing wrong with that. It was no chalupa, but you know. But anyway, what do you think about his picks?
I think they're great picks. You can't go wrong with Batman Hush and Batman Long Halloween. I know Batman Hush would probably be one of my picks. Watchmen, you can never go wrong with. And I wonder why he says Spawn Compendium Volume 1 might be a cheat. Do you know?
Maybe because it's not. It's more of it's like multiple story arcs or something like that.
Yeah, that's possible. But I don't think that's a cheat. I mean, if you're going to grab, a book, you can take it out.
It counts.
But I mean, then he has Batman Nightfall, so it's a Batman centric.
Very much Batman.
And,
I wasn't surprised though.
No, not at all.
He actually had a Spawn T-shirt on yesterday. So
did he really?
It goes together, and that's actually why I was showing that Spawn Batman book, because we were talking about that.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
But very cool picks. I enjoy all those. Watchmen's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Read that multiple times. Okay, Bob, you got the next one as well.
Sure. The next one comes from Papa Ken. He says his top 5 arcs are as follows: Beauty and the Beast miniseries about Dazzler and Beast's love story, and the first miniseries I read. Love it. Next is the Demon Bear saga in the New Mutants. Third is Secret Wars Volume 1. And how fitting would it be if you were stuck on an island as the characters are stuck in Battle World? That's a great point. Yep. Fourth would be the Infinity Gauntlet run, as that goes without saying. Finally, I would bring the second Genesis arc, which are basically from the second iteration of the X-Men to right before the Dark Phoenix saga. A lot of stuff happens, and it's just classic.
Awesome. I just like the fact that he put that Beauty and the Beast.
I think that's awesome.
I have that set.
Do you?
I've never thought twice about it, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
But for that one to be like his pick, just come on an island, and he kind of mentioned it was like one of his first.
Yeah.
So maybe that has something to do with it.
Some sentimental value there.
But it kind of does to me too, because I remember that series and picking that one up. Mm-hmm. And it kind of introduced me to Dazzler.
Yeah.
A little bit, to be totally honest. And it was neat to see the Beast have his own. But it was like a love story.
It was.
And it was it was interesting, to say the least. So when I saw that on there first thing, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So I've got to give him credit. And then he goes stuff like that, and he goes to Secret Wars. Secret Wars are one of my picks.
Yeah.
Obviously Secret Wars 1. Although didn't Hickman do the newer updated one?
That would be,
a lot of people like that one.
Yeah, that right there is one could possibly be one of my picks just because of God Emperor Doom.
Yeah.
But that's an amazing.
I don't know if I ever read that one.
Really? It's really good.
It was out
I just got
time.
done reading it. Thanks, Robbie, for pushing me to read everything I needed to read up until that point. But it's awesome.
I think Midtown is having a sale right now, and I think they have some of those old ones on there for
really?
like $1 a piece.
Wow.
I mean, I'm pretty sure those were like really mass produced.
Yeah, they were.
So they're pretty affordable. So I need to sit down and read it, because I know Alex Ross did the covers for them, and they look pretty cool. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hey, I just want to say something. This coffee, you can smell this. It's really nice in here.
Yeah.
It's awesome, man.
Doesn't smell like ass.
I wasn't going to say that.
Well, you were thinking it.
I wasn't.
It doesn't smell like ass in here right now. I live by myself, just so everyone knows.
But it's straight up. I mean, it smells really good, so it's very aromatic. There you go. Anyway, moving on. Perfect. You got the next one.
All right. This one is from the Mad Respect. It says, he just listed them. Mm-hmm. Batman, the Black Mirror, Daredevil, Born Again, Sync, Welcome to Glasgow, House of X, Power of X, or Power, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Batman, the Dark Knight Returns, and Something is Killing the Children once it's in a big omnibus form. Okay. Daredevil, Born Again, is that pretty good?
Yeah, of course it's good. I mean, it's one of my favorite of all time. I'm glad that he picked that. Mm-hmm. Personally, I probably would have picked the full omnibus of the Frank Miller collection where that's included in it.
Oh, cheating?
Sure. Most definitely. I mean, you said.
Yeah, okay, fine.
And, but yeah, that's, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. It's one of the greatest comic stories of all time.
Okay, what about, he also has that, and another one is the House of X Power of 10 thing.
I don't know if I would have picked that.
That's an interesting pick. That's a newer pick.
It's good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not dinging it at all. But it's definitely, if you're an X-Men fan, I'm wondering if he's a fan of the old stuff. or is this like the new X-Men for him?
Yeah.
Because that would be a
that would
factor
probably
there.
have a lot to do because I mean, out of the X-Men story arcs, there's a lot to choose from.
Oh my gosh, there is.
And to put that one over the rest, probably is maybe hasn't been exposed to other ones yet or whatnot because those are good. But like you and I have read a lot of X-Men, and even though we enjoyed that, it didn't creep up on my mind at all to continue that in my 5.
No,
but,
I mean I was thinking about one story arc if to be able to take. I'm looking at omnibuses of course, but if there was a single like story arc that I would maybe take for the X-Men, maybe that God Loves Man Kills.
Yeah.
That was an awesome one, just that one shot.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a ton of X-Men stories.
Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past, of course.
Of course, he has Batman: Dark Knight Returns. It's one of my favorites. It's one of my picks.
Yeah.
So he's got he's got one of my picks and honestly kind of one of your picks as well.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Very cool.
The next one is from G-Man80. He says, my 5 Desert Island stories, I would bring our X-Men Dark Phoenix saga. That's pretty much what we were just talking about. The Dark Knight Returns Batman, Nightfall, The Flash, Terminal Velocity, and Spider-Man Clone Saga. Don't Judge Me. He put Don't Judge Me in parentheses. LOL. We're not judging you, man. Those are good picks.
This is true. These are good picks. These are good picks.
I wonder why he put that in there. Which one is he referring to?
The original Clone Saga.
You didn't like that one?
I hated it.
Really? I never read it.
I mean, it was.
When did that come out?
Gosh, when did that come out?
Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
No, I mean, that's where the whole Ben Reilly thing came out of.
Okay.
But I mean, when it was out. It was, to me, when I was reading it, it was painful. I couldn't wait for it to be over.
Yeah.
Right? And there are a lot of people who are on the fence about that.
Sure.
Some people are in my camp. Some people are in the other camp. Like, it was the greatest thing ever.
Well, G-Man liked it.
Yeah, no. And I'm not, to each his own.
Yeah.
It just, when it came out, it was like, to me, it was like painful.
Oh, okay.
That's just me, though. Yeah.
Well, G-Man, let me know. They just started a new Clone Saga or whatnot for Miles Morales.
Right. Which I was like, why?
Yeah, if you're reading that, let us know in the comments down below. Let me know if it's any good. I think I read the first one. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, so I don't know. I never read the Clone War Saga. Dark Phoenix Saga is one of my favorites. Dark Knight Returns, we already talked about that. Mm-hmm. Flash Terminal Velocity.
That's a great one.
I don't think I read that one. So there's some good ones on there that I missed. But anyway, don't judge me. In parentheses.
There you go.
All right, Bob, you got the next one there.
All
little
right.
one-shotter.
Next one comes from David Posner. He says, May 19th is my birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, David.
He says, this will be a light week for me, but I want that Batman Fortnite 1 in 25 to hang next to my G.I. Joe number 21. I've always liked Snake Eyes. My 5 stories, childhood favorites, would be Secret Wars 1 and 2, Kraven's Last Hunt, Fall of the Mutants, and how about the official handbook of the Marvel Universe? I could look at those all day. That's a great pick.
That is a good pick.
He's right. I used to sit there for like the longest time just going through those pages, I love that pick.
Yeah. He mentioned the Batman Fortnite 125 that has Batman and Snake Eyes on the cover, if I'm not mistaken, which is kind of cool. I don't know if that's ever been done before. So
Sure.
It's kind of a cool thing. So I just wanted to bring that up. But Secret Wars is on my top 5 list. Kraven's Last Hunt is maybe my number 1.
Yeah, that's a great story.
I think that's my number 1 story arc of all time. I've said that before. Fall of the Mutants, I really liked. I liked that one. That was, I think that branched off into multiple different series, if I'm not mistaken. I might be thinking of something else. But those handbooks, those are great. I mean, I'll be honest, they're sitting by my toilet. And that's where those are. I have a bunch, the black and white ones.
Yep.
And they're just sitting by my toilet, and I just sit there when I'm taking care of number 2. Like, who's this dude? Whatnot.
The Marvel Universe is his bathroom reader. I love it.
They're perfect for it.
Yeah.
If you're sitting on a desert island, you dig a little hole, you're sitting on a stump, you need something to read, right?
There you go.
And after you get done reading, you might need some toilet paper, and that's it's just a biography.
They're better than banana leaves.
There you go. Those, cheap, whatever.
Right.
All right, I got the next one here. This is from Jacob Bell. He says, Preacher by Garth Ennis, by far my favorite writer. The first 4-issue arc of Shadow of the Bat from the 1992, because this was the title that got me into comics. Blackest Night by Jeff Johns, because it's just phenomenal. Watchmen, no explanation needed. And Black Hole by Charles Burns, a tremendous artist and storyteller. Did you ever read Preacher?
No, I didn't read Preacher. That's, me, I kind of stay away from the, that type of the supernatural stuff.
Yeah.
But I love Garth Ennis, and so I know it's an amazing series.
It's brutal.
Is it?
I only dipped in like the first couple issues, man, and I was like, they're not messing around.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, it's brutal and bloody and violent and everything else that kind of goes along with that. I thought it was interesting. I didn't have any. I mean, I first saw it on the TV show. Mm-hmm. It came out when I wasn't collecting, but I saw a TV show called Preacher, and then I saw a comic book called Preacher. I was like, oh, it must be the same thing. Pretty much the same thing, right? I think it's based off the same thing.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but I could see where it would be some people's favorites because it definitely would appeal to a lot of people.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that I know personally that are not comic collectors that actually went and collected this comic based on the TV show. Mm-hmm. And
it's kind of like that Vertigo. It's the Vertigo line, isn't it?
I think it is.
Like the Sandman and stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. A lot of people will get that stuff and they don't consider themselves comic book collectors.
Right.
They just, they see it as just like a regular novel or almost
exactly
like a Harry Potter.
A lot of people collected Neil Gaiman stuff like that.
Yep. Watchmen, no explanation yet. You're exactly right. Anything else on here that kind of rings a bell with you?
The Blackest Night by Jeff Johns. I love Blackest Night. That's a great.
That was the DC thing, right?
DC Green
That's
Lantern.
Another one I missed out on.
Yeah,
there's so much stuff that I missed.
Yeah. I mean,
25 years of comics.
Right. I mean, that's what I've been going through and just picking up stuff. And I love finding nuggets. Like when I found Cullen Bunn's Six Gun. Yeah. Where was that?
Yeah.
That was awesome. And just by going through Hickman's Fantastic Four run again. Thank you, Robbie.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
That was fantastic. I mean, because Fantastic Four to me, it ebbs and flows, and it'll flow downwards. Too many times it gets boring to me. But that run by Hickman on Fantastic Four was phenomenal.
Yeah,
absolutely. So I'm very glad that I went back and started reading some of these things. So, Blackest Night was one of the ones that I went back and picked up.
I think somebody sent me some of those. Was there some offshoots of that one?
There's a bunch of them.
Okay, yeah. Somebody sent me a set, like a 3-issue.
Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Isn't that where all of the different other types of lanterns came into play? The blue lanterns and the
Yellow Lantern.
Yeah, well, yeah. There was
Pink Lantern.
The White Lanterns. Yeah,
White Lantern.
Yeah, all those.
I thought I saw Batman. He was he was like a White Lantern Batman.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, some good stuff there. I got the next one as well. This is Crisis Online. And this one is Shadow Doctor. Something is killing the children. Department of Truth, Volume 1. Any of the first 15 Fable story arcs. And Ice Cream Man number 20, the Dr. Seuss one.
These are all modern stuff.
Yeah, all brand new stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to include that.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the good ones that are out right now.
For sure.
And he nailed it. For the most part.
Yeah.
Shadow Doctor is my favorite book going right now.
I love Shadow Doctor.
3 issues in. I don't know if it's unlimited. I think it's probably only a 5 or 6 issue series.
Right.
But I love that one. Something That's Killing the Children is a lot of people's favorite book right now.
Right.
Department of Truth, another one. Same writer as Something That's Killing the Children. Another just great book. Let's see, the Fable story arcs. Do you know that?
I don't. I'm wondering if it's the Fable, based on the video game Fable. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. I saw that on there. I'm not too familiar with it. But then he had the Ice Cream Man number 20, just number 20, which I read. Ice Cream Man is its own story.
But he said the Dr. Seuss ones.
Yeah, those are fun.
Those are.
So I mean, there's some great, independent, great story arc books right now that will stand up 20 years from now.
For sure.
Just like some of these older ones that we're talking about, like Craven's Last Hunt. Different types of stories, obviously, because a lot of the older stuff is all superhero based.
Right. But
these story arcs from Something That's Killing the Children or Department of Truth will be just as good in 20 years.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So it's nice to be in the time when we're getting quality stuff like that.
For sure.
All right, you got the next one as well.
Next one comes from Mendoza Arturo. Yeah. He says, I would only need one comic if I was stuck on an island, and that comic would be Vampirella, and you already know why. Happy days and no lonely nights.
I just wanted you to read that.
Thank you. I appreciate that,
just
buddy.
To see how you react to that. So what do you think he's referring to?
I don't know. I'm just going to go out on a limb here and just say I don't want to talk about
Good storytelling? Is that it?
No.
Cosplay cover, probably?
I think we need to talk to my buddy Jeff DeCantonese Kid and let him answer that question.
That's true. Anyway, so we're assuming that it's just a wonderful story, and we're all missing out on a wonderful story.
There we go.
And not anything else that would be pleasurable in any other way. Gross. Thank you.
Watch where you
Mendoza
step on that
Arturo. Are you alone on this island? Yes, you are alone.
Watch where you step on this island.
What happens on the island stays on the island.
Oh my gosh. Can we move on?
Yeah, you got the next one. 2 tacos.
All right, 2 tacos.
This is the last one.
He says, hello, men of Chalupa. Desert Island questions are always tough, but here goes. Dark Knight Returns, number 1 through 4, Frank Miller goodness. Fantastic Four, 48 through 50, Stan, Jack, Surfer, and Fantastic Four. Sandman, Neil Gaiman's run, fantasy and horror. Daredevil, Frank Miller's run, true grit writing. And Why the Last Man by Brian K. Vaughan, complete run. Back then, I couldn't wait for the next issue. All these series have great endings, which is hard to do in most comic stories. If I may, 2 honorable mentions. Kanto, first series, rooting along for the underdog. Sorry, Bueller.
That's all right.
And Saga, he says, Saga, fun read. Quick question. And is a desert island really a desert island if it's surrounded by water?
So let me answer that question because I actually looked it up. Because I'm curious about this stuff.
It's not a desert island. It's a deserted island, isn't it?
No, there's no. Oh, that's a good thing. What does deserted mean?
It means there's nobody there.
Yeah, but it means there was people there at one time.
Ah.
Deserted island is when there was people there at one time and they've all left and there's nobody there. A desert island is an island that nobody's ever been to. So you would be the very first one there, and that's why it's a whatever the smaller version of deserted or whatnot. I don't know, whatever, or longer, whatever. But anyway, that's the difference. A desert island is an island where nobody's ever been there before. You would be the first one to inhabit it. A deserted island is an island that people have already been there before and they have left. I looked this up. I could be totally wrong on what
Check
I'm saying
out
right
the
now.
big brain on Bueller.
I'm probably wrong, But,
no, that's awesome.
But that's what the definition is because I was curious. I didn't know if it was dessert island. To be totally honest, so I looked it up before I asked the question. So
yeah.
But anyway, back to some of the ones he was talking about. So I want to ask you, Why the Last Man? Mm-hmm. Have you read any of those?
Yeah.
I had multiple people say that.
I'm going through them right now. They're amazing.
What's it about?
It's about basically the last guy on the face of the earth, and it's post-apocalyptic. It's amazing. It's an awesome story.
Who does it?
Brian K. Vaughan.
Who's the publisher?
I can't think of that off the top of my head because I'm reading it digitally.
Is it Dark Horse?
I want to say it might be
DC?
a Vertigo thing.
Okay. There was more than
Let me look
one.
it up.
Okay. There was more than a handful of people who recommended that series, and for some reason I was thinking about that other book, the pirate one that's by Image right now, and or whatever. I'm like, what is that one? No, it's something different. But anyway, I might have to check that out.
It's Vertigo.
Vertigo, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people like that one. But
I love Brian K. Vaughan.
He had a lot of, like the Sandman, like what we said. That's another Vertigo title, I believe. Your Daredevil, Frank Miller. There was a lot of Daredevil on there. It's like they're kissing up to you. It's like literally he said Daredevil and Kanto. He said Daredevil and Kanto, and he said sorry Bueller in the whole thing. Why are they just kissing up the good old Bob over there? That's what I want to know. Anyway, that's our. What are your 5? That's all our comments. But what is your 5 story arcs that you would take with you?
So the Batman Dark Knight.
Okay.
That's like I carried that around like a Bible at one point. Definitely, I could cheat and see the Frank Miller run, but definitely Born Again. Craven's Last Hunt is one of my favorite all-time stories. Although if I was to go with Spider-Man, I'd probably want that first 50. Mm-hmm. And the same with Fantastic Four. I'd go for that first 50. That run between Kirby and Lee was just amazing. And then the Watchmen. I have to go Watchmen.
Yeah.
And but I mean, I'm probably cheating there, you know.
That's all right.
But I'm taking a couple omnibuses with me. That's what I would be taking.
That's all right. I myself, we have some doubles. The Dark Knight one, I'm the same way. Carried it around. I still got my copy. It's all messed up. Kraven's Last Hunt is another one that's probably my favorite. Days of Future Past. Love that one. That's my favorite X-Men story. Secret Wars is another one. I don't think I could go anywhere without Secret Wars. And I want to throw something new in there and recently that I really enjoyed. So it's taking the place of some other ones, but I really like to Join the Future. That was out last year by Aftershock. I thought Zach Kaplan title. I thought that was awesome, and it was a story that wasn't finished being told. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to get any more of it. But for that 5-issue run, 5 or 6 issues, it was great. I enjoyed every issue, and would probably take it with me on the desert island, and maybe Vampirella for unknown reasons.
Unknown reasons.
Took him a while to figure that out.
That's good, right? Oh my gosh! So I got distracted, bro.
That's all right. That's all right. Your mind was wandering. There you go. Anyway, so that's our topic. That's our what we wanted to talk about this week. The 5 desert island books. There's plenty of things to choose from on the comments and stuff, and just a lot of great stories and a lot of stories I was reminded of in the past I read, and so it was a lot of fun reading all those. So thank you everyone who left a comment, and you know what? It's just all around a good time. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to our final 5, brought to you by Comic Proline. And Bob, guess what? I'll have you go first yet again. Let me take these down.
All right. So this week, I thought I'd bring some Spawn goodness. And this is, let me get my glasses on. We got issue number 32. We've talked about this many times. All of these covers for the Spawn series are amazing. Here's number 42.
Nice.
Very cool. And then here's number 303 with big old medieval Spawn there on the cover.
I like that.
Yeah, so do I. And then we got number 49. This reminds me of the current Gang covers. John Gang, I think that's his name is.
Gang.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
And then we got issue number 57. Always loved that cover as well.
Nice.
Very cool. So there's my final 5.
Not bad at all, my friend. All right, I got 5 as well. Nice, another variety. We have the Punisher number 224. This is the one where he's dressed up as the Iron Dude or whatnot. The War Machine.
War Machine.
So he's got the War Machine armor. I thought that was pretty cool. And then I'm going to show some shiny goodness, because why not? I don't know what issues these are, but they're Lady Death books.
Oh, nice.
Look at that. Bumper chrome right there. Another Lady Death shiny book right there. Gold goodness.
Never read a single issue of those, but some of those issues are pretty
Nobody reads
expensive.
them.
Really?
Nobody ever reads them.
So they're highly collected, though.
Yeah, they don't buy them to read them.
Okay, so it's like the Vampirella, huh?
It's very much like a Vampirella. You read that, Lady Death? Nope, never read them. I got them all. Yeah, I know you do, buddy.
Okay.
No, I don't want to shake your hand.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, next one on my final 5. Astonishing X-Men Director's Cut number 1. This is also a great series to read as well. The nice arc of that one. And then this was another really cool one. Uncanny X-Men and the New Teen Titans, Marvel and DC presents. Chris Claremont goodness right there.
Good
Look at
stuff.
that little bit of crossover action.
I remember when that came out, man.
Yeah.
I had to have it. It was so awesome.
It's not bad. I think I picked that up for like $2
Yeah.
a couple years ago, so I think it's gone up since then.
They're readily available now.
It might be worth $3 now.
Who knows?
I don't know. All right, let's go to our, well, I guess we're just going to do it. Let's go to our Robbie's Pick of the Week.
My man, what's up? You're watching Comics with Bueller. In fact, you're watching the Coffee and Comics Show, and I'm rockin' Robbie Billups from Pop Culture Philosophers somewhere underneath the sea. Anyway, not only am I the president of the Bob and Bueller Fan Club for Men, I am also a member. And my pick of the week is...
Rorschach, number 8. This one by DC Black Label. I have not been reading this ever since the first issue. I kind of took it off my pull list. I've regretted taking it off my pull list because I've heard nothing but good things about it. So I will finally read it when it's collected in a trade. But have you read this one?
I did read it.
What'd you think?
It was okay.
Just okay?
It's got kind of a gimmick type thing to it, how it's laid out and how it's read on 3 different panels. one on top of each other, going down.
That's exactly what Robbie was saying. He loved about it.
That's exactly what he loved about it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I got to give Robbie credit. You know, it's something different, something new, something exciting, something bringing to the table from DC Books, and Robbie recognized that, and he decided to point that out to make it his pick of the week. And you know what? He did a pretty good job. So I'll give him credit for it.
All right.
And credit well deserved. So congratulations, Robbie, on a really good pick of the week. Mm-hmm. Not bad at all. It might not have been my pick of the week. We'll get to that a little bit later. But you know what? It is his pick of the week. And he's staying true to his word, and that's what it is. So that's what counts, right?
That's exactly right.
Okay, so anyway, let's get to our newest segment of Robbie's pick of the week. How you doing, Robbie? How you doing out there, buddy? We're doing a brand new segment that Robbie doesn't even know what's going on, so we'll see what he says. But this segment is called Pick the Pick. All right? It's called Pick the Pick. And what it is I am going to do my best to pick Robbie's pick of the week before he announces it on Tuesdays.
There we go.
Or Wednesday, whatever it is. So I've already looked at the books that are coming out this week. I've actually written it down, what the pick is. And what we're going to do is, here's the envelope. It says Pick the Pick. And the date, 5/19/21. That's for the day when they come out. Bob is very trustworthy. We all know this. He's like the, Honest Abe or whatnot, So here is my pick. I've already written it down. Fold it up. I want you to look at it so you know what it is. Don't show them.
Okay. Okay. Look now or?
No, yeah, go ahead and look.
Okay.
Verify it's the same thing next week.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep.
Okay, you're seeing that?
I see it.
Uh-huh. All right. Put it in the envelope.
Uh-huh.
Seal it up.
All right.
There you go. And then write your initials across the seal so that way we know no monkey business is going on.
All right.
Oh, don't use a pencil. Here, use a pen, man. Okay. We don't want any discrepancies on this.
No shenanigans.
Oh, he erased it. Nope. Look at that. Kind of show it there in a little bit.
There we go. We know. Just like the same signature as I put on the books here this last week.
There you go. Okay, so that's what I believe Robbie is going to pick this coming week.
We're going to put it right over here.
Exactly. Ain't going to touch it. If I get it right, I win $100.
Who's going to pay the $100?
I haven't worked that out yet.
Okay.
We don't know, and it might go up. It might be $200. I don't know. That's still in the works.
Okay.
So if we can get someone involved that wants to just give me money for picking a book, that'd be great. I don't know. But anyway, next week we'll find out if I got it right.
All right.
And I think you know what my pick is.
I do.
Is it a pretty good pick?
I think it's a fair pick.
I mean, would you bet money on that?
Yeah, I think I probably would.
Like $100?
I'm not going that far. That's good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fair pick. I'll say that.
I am really looking forward to seeing what his pick is. Because if I get it right the first time out, dude, oh man, Robbie's going to hate life. He's going to hate it.
You're so bad, man.
I love Robbie. Robbie's my buddy, dude. I love that guy to death.
You do.
And I really look forward to seeing this because I pay attention to Robbie. I listen to what he says. And I think throughout the last year or so, I kind of know his taste.
Yeah.
And I think we all kind of do, to be honest, because he's very articulate in what he describes. And I can kind of see, what he likes about a book and what he doesn't. And I've read this book, and I think that's it. I think that's going to be the one. So I read this book, and what the pick is, and I don't think he's read it yet. So this is like Karnak stuff right here.
Karnak stuff.
Johnny Carson, if you get that reference. So anyway, that's the new part. Pick the pick. $100.
$100. All right.
Still looking for that $100.
I know you are.
So there you go. Anyway, what do you think? Pretty good?
Pretty good.
All right. All right. Let's get to our next segment. And our next segment is the Was It Good segment. Mm-hmm. This is our fan favorite. This is brought to you by Scout Comics. You can go to their website, enter code Bueller, and save 10% off any of their books. So there you go. But Bob, let me go ahead and see what you got there. We'll put these down. I'll take these. Looks like you got some nice picks here. We'll see how it goes. The Silver Coin, number 2. One of the books you read. Bob, was it good?
It was all right. I mean, I don't want to say it was bad because it did put me on familiar footing with camp slasher movies, which was kind of a cool take on it. I think in this particular one, what disappointed me was the actual coin part of it. Seemed like an afterthought.
It did,
and so it didn't. It wasn't.
I didn't even know what it had to do with it.
That was the thing. I wasn't quite sure what the silver coins play even was in this, and so because of that. It was all right. I mean, I did like, the one thing I did like about it is that as she's going through the book, they show these shots where they don't show her face, and you can see her sinking down further into despair with each of those shots, and I thought that was genius.
Yeah.
But other than that, when it comes to the actual storytelling, if you're going to have a book called Silver Coin, you need to play on that coin a little more deeper. So there you have it. I mean, it was all right.
I definitely thought in the first issue you really saw what that was.
Right.
You know, kind of made the coin really important and whatnot. And this one it kind of lacked. I did like the kind of whole slasher thing into it, but it really it was just like a good girl gone bad or something like that.
Right,
so,
right.
Anyway, it was okay.
It was okay.
Next one, Geiger, number 2. Another nice title there. Mm-hmm. Bob. Was it good?
It was good. I love Jeff Johns' writing. In this particular story, it wasn't focusing so much on Geiger, himself, but what they're calling Camelot, the place in Vegas, and we have kind of a kind of a backstory going on there, and kind of why the prince or king of that place is has a thing against Geiger, and so I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it immensely. I was glued to my seat with every page, which it was enjoyable. And then by the end of it, I felt I had a little further understanding of Geiger himself, which was kind of cool. And I can't wait for the next issue.
Yeah, I liked it. I read it. I enjoyed the first one. I like that it introduced a new family to the story. It doesn't really go that well for part of the family and stuff like that. But the kids that are involved, they kind of escape. And I kind of got the impression that the younger daughter, she was getting to the age where she would be forced to do something or whatnot.
Right.
And, probably made it sound like prostitution or something like that.
Right. Same with the boy.
Yeah, something similar to that. So it was a little disturbing. But they make it out and they run into the Geiger guy. Mm-hmm. And, he kind of, because it sounded like they have heard stories about him.
Yeah, they kind of use him as the boogeyman
yeah.
on the inside of Camelot there.
Yeah, but he's not really the boogie. He's actually a good guy. So
right.
I thought that was pretty interesting. So I enjoy it. I think it's a good series. It's on my pull list now.
Yeah, I'm kind of, I want to know what the heck that nuclear football is now.
All right, we got your other pick here. This is a Canto. It's something or whatever. I don't know. Canto. It's number
City of Giants.
The City of Giants. I shouldn't even bother asking. This is issue number 2. Hey, Bob, was it good?
Yes, it was amazing. I've been loving, me, I love the story. It is kind of a bridge story between the last, Canto 2 and what's coming out in July with Canto 3. And, we got a little more of Canto's counterparts inside of here. There's an amazing scene where they basically leap off this thing after this kind of dragon creature, and it says "For Canto."
You love that.
I did, man. It made my heart leap.
You're like, look at this.
It was awesome, and but I mean, you can't go wrong with Zucker and Booher. Of course, the art inside of here is not done by Zucker. I can't think of the person's name who's doing it. But I love Canto. I mean,
nice.
and it's just a really good story, and being that it's a filler. Our bridge story, it's still just as good.
Nice. So not bad. Silver Coin was just okay. The other 2 books, good picks. So there you go.
There you go.
All right, we'll take these down. I'm up next.
All right.
Looking forward to this.
Okay, so the first one up on the list is Proctor Valley Road number 3. There you go. Take a look at it there. And so Bueller.
Yes, Bob?
You got a chance to read this week.
Yes, Bob?
Was it good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I liked it.
All right.
I had... real quick, somebody had mentioned to me that they thought that this book... have you read it?
I read the first issue.
Okay. They thought it was the political type book.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't see that at all. I didn't really see that reference or like the right wing or whatever it was. I can't remember what the, agenda type book.
Right.
I didn't notice that. I thought, I was like, where's that coming from? And as it's gone on, it doesn't resemble that of anything. It's a monster story about 4 girls who were trying to save money to go to a concert.
Right.
And they almost try to trick these boys to go out to this road, and because they heard stories about this road. Well, it turns out the stories are real. There's monsters and a witch lady out there and stuff like that. They kill people. That's pretty much what it's about. So I don't see any agenda to the book. So I was a little surprised that a couple people said that to me. I was like, okay, whatever. But anyway, more so in this book where they go out to the road again to confront the the monsters and beasts, and like one of the girls really stands up and kind of takes charge, and I thought that was pretty cool. And the people in the town, like the sheriff, they don't believe the kids. You know, kind of similar to like Stranger Things type thing.
Right.
And so eventually the sheriff learns, oh, they're right. There's some kind of creatures out there.
Sure.
And the boys, I believe, the boys have been killed by the monster. I think most of them have. Maybe there's a couple still in question if they are, but I think they've pretty much all been killed. But I liked it. I don't see any politics in this book.
I think the first book there was, if I remember right, where the road is at. Isn't that kind of reservation land?
I don't remember.
There's something about that in there. I think that's kind of where it could have lent itself towards. But I mean, from what I've heard beyond that, it's it doesn't go that direction.
The only thing that I can think, because they make a comment like they can't find the boys in the first book, and they're like, oh, they're dodging the draft, and that's the only thing that, like, because it's set in the past
in the 60s, right?
Yeah, I'm like, if you think that's political, it's like, give me a break.
Right.
It's very minor, if anything.
And it did happen.
But yeah, exactly. But anyway, I thought it was a good book, so I enjoyed it. Yeah, I don't see anything political. If I'm missing something, let me know, because maybe I am. I'll be totally honest. But really enjoyed it.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so your next book that you had a chance to read this week is The Joker, #3. Love that cover. And so, Bueller.
Yes, Bob?
I have to ask you this question.
I know you do.
Was it good?
Yeah, I liked it.
Was it?
The commissioner, he's there. He's going after, he's doing the thing. He's going after Joker to kind of bring him to justice, or a different type of justice this time around. Mm-hmm. And you know what? There's a lot of inner monologue in this one. Like, he's just talking to himself, mm-hmm. for the most of the time. But in the first 3 or 4 pages, it's flashbacks to the Killing Joke, when he was at the carnival and stuff, when he was being tortured by the Joker and stuff. Right. So they're using like some of the artwork from there. And it's really cool to see that a little bit, and like what he's talking about his mental state when he was kidnapped and went through it all, and how he came out. So that was really cool. And then towards the end, he actually finds the Joker, and it leads up into a possible, there's going to be a gun battle between, it seems that there's multiple people that are trying to get the Joker. And there's a reveal at the end, it kind of opens up the picture a little bit more to what's going on, because people thought one thing, but it's not. There is a second story in there, the punchline. I don't even bother. Yeah. I don't even bother. I mean, it's like half the book is the punchline story, and I'm like, I don't even want it, but it's one of those things we have to pay the $5.99 to get a whole another story that you don't even want.
That's a good thing. I'm glad you brought up that point. I wonder how other people feel about it. I'm so turned off by the fact that they're upping the price to give us these little stories, and normally I would be excited about but I am so turned off by it. Even if it's a good story, I've been not reading it, and I feel bad for saying that, but it's true. Yeah. I wonder if other people feel that way.
Probably. I mean, for one, they upped the price of this book from $4.99 to $5.99. Right. And then the other covers are like $6.99. Yeah. But they just randomly just upped it another $1, after the first one or something like that. And the extra punchline story, I don't care for the character too much, to be honest. I have no interest.
I like punchline.
But I do think the story of the Joker, I'm into that. Yeah. I would much rather have this book from front to back, all that story. Yeah. And I'd feel much better paying $5.99 for that full, 42 pages or whatever it is. Exactly. In the book, but you only get 20. So anyway, it was a good book either way. And the artwork is fantastic. Looking forward to number 4.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Your last book on the list, and this is an awesome one. Haven't had a chance to read it myself.
You haven't?
I haven't. It's been a hard week. We got Ice Cream Man. It's what, number 24?
Yes.
Number 24. This is the telethon issue.
Yes.
And Bueller.
Yes, Mom. Was
it good?
It was so good. It's my pick of the week.
There we go.
This is my pick of the week. Mm-hmm. There's no second runner-up. This is my pick of the week by far. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed this book. I read it twice. I was a little, like, in the first couple pages, I was like, what's going on? Because it started off with a dentist. And I was like, this is going to be about a crazy dentist. And you guys all know, my dentist day is coming. Anyway, so I was a little worried. But anyway, it's not really about a dentist or whatnot. It's about this guy, Jerry, I believe. And there's a telethon going on to save his life. And he doesn't know it. He doesn't even know what's going on. And he doesn't even realize that he's getting sicker. And throughout the book, you get sicker and sicker and sicker, and there's this telethon going on. There's like the random people coming up to him and, hey, man, I hope they raise enough money to save you. And he's like, what the hell are you talking about? You know? And, I mean, can I spoil it?
Yeah, I haven't read it yet, but go ahead. That's fine.
I don't know, because... no, I'll save it. It's such a good book; it's worth reading. So I don't want to spoil it too. But there's some comedy, there's some fourth wall breaking in this book that's just awesome, you know. And then there's a little slapstick at the end, and I'll just say it's Ice Cream Man, so it doesn't go well for Jerry.
Right. There we go.
Let's go surprise. Okay. But I loved it. I thought it was a great book this week, and Ice Cream Man, of course, was on hiatus for a couple months. Yeah. And so it's nice to get it back and. Easy choice for pick of the week. Hell, might even be pick of the month.
There we go.
There you go. So anyway, Bob, what are you going to be reading next week?
So this next week, we have some great books coming out. It's a light week, though. We have Daredevil number 30. I'm going to read that. Nightwing number 80. I've really been enjoying Tom Taylor's run on Nightwing.
Nice.
And then Stillwater number 8. So
nice.
2 books on my list from Chip Zdarsky.
Yeah, not surprised. There you go. I myself is going to be reading Fantastic Four. What is that? The Life Stories number 1, the 60s. Scumbag number 8. And Legend of the Dark Knight number 1.
Very
so
good
I'm looking
picks.
forward to reading some of those and seeing if they're any good. I'm hoping they are. You know,
yeah.
I don't like reading bad books.
None of us do.
I already know Scumbag is probably good because I've enjoyed that one. But 2 new books, so we'll have to see how that goes.
Very cool.
So anyway, that's our picks for Wasn't Good. And I think my picks were pretty good.
Yeah.
Your picks were pretty good, except for one that was kind of a okay book.
Okay, right.
Yeah. No, the Silver Coin.
Oh, yeah. That's
I mean,
right.
you said it was okay.
It was.
But the rest were all good. Anyway,
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Not bad.
All right, let's move on to our next segment. Our next segment is Random Thoughts.
Random Thoughts.
Brought to you by nobody. And this is Random Thoughts with Bob and Bueller, the headliner, Bob. The secondary is Bueller.
There we go.
And this week we're going to be talking about a few different things. First off, I want to talk about a follow-up from last week. And our conversation last week was the Hollywood effect for comic books.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't really affect it. So it was kind of a, I don't want to say controversial topic, but, you know, people are going to see the things a different way. And you know what? That's fine because it's all opinion. Whatever I'm stating on there, what we were stating, there's no math or nothing like that, you know, real math that can do it. It's all opinion, kind of what you reference. So, like I said, there's no wrong or right answer to what we talked about last week. A few things did pop up, and a few people did question me a few things. A little bit on the math that I was using for the Black Panther movie. And, like, a few people mentioned, like, hey, you know, 7,000 more people did get that book. That's like a 33% increase as far as sales for that book, and that's fantastic. But my point on that wasn't the fact that sales went up 33%. The point I was trying to make was, out of 70 million tickets or 70 million people that saw that only translated into 7,000 people buying that book. So the ratio of how many people saw it to their minds thinking, let's go buy a Black Panther book, was very small. Yeah, it increased sales, but that's not what I was looking at sales. I was looking at a 0.0001% of people decided to go buy a comic book after seeing that movie.
Right.
And I would wish that number would be larger. 1%, 2% would be great. You know, think of 1%. 7 million people bought a book. When's the last time a book sold 7 million copies?
90s?
90 X-Men.
Right,
You know,
X-Men.
that's about it. You know, think about if 1% of those people bought that book, that's what we'd be looking at. It'd be fantastic.
That'd be amazing.
I'd sell it for 1%, you know. But I was talking about that not for the sales volume, the increase in sales. I was talking about that just the translation of the amount of people that saw and how many people actually decided to buy a comic book because of that. And a lot of people said, well, maybe, you know, they'd buy something else. Most people, when they see something, they don't go out and say, oh, I want to go buy the first appearance and spend thousands of dollars. Most of them are introductory to like, oh, I'll just go to a store and they got a book for $4 and that's where they go. It takes a seasoned collector to pull the trigger on something a lot larger and to spend money just from just going and watching a movie. Right. You know, for the first time. I don't know of anyone who... Unless
you got a lot of money.
Yeah, unless you're just wealthy, and that's a whole other story. Right. You know, that's a different type of 1% or whatnot, you know. And we'll take that 1%.
Absolutely.
That'll work. But anyway, that's kind of what that was. And then I had some other people say, oh, you know, a couple weeks ago you mentioned how there's no bubble, and here you are talking about this and how the Hollywood doesn't have that big of an effect on newer readers or whatnot. And I get a lot of people who say that to me, and my thing is, for how much weight we put on the Hollywood effect, it doesn't balance out. No. For how much weight we give that almost all the weight to the comic book market.
For speculation. For sure.
Speculation, that's what it is. All the weight comes from there. But for the new people that it brings in or whatnot, even though it's bringing people in, it's not a huge number. I believe that there are other ways that comics are bringing people in right now that are just as valuable. I believe that there's a nostalgia factor. I believe that there's great stories like what we just covered that is bringing people in. Different types of stories that are not superhero stories that people are going to be interested in. The horror genre is bringing tons of people in.
Yeah.
The independent market is bringing tons of people in. It's not just the Hollywood. So even if I took the Hollywood aspect out, the reason why we are not in a bubble, and I stand by this, is because there's so many different options to choose from that are making people want to be in this hobby.
Right.
It's not just one area. And when you have so many pieces to the pie, it makes it more stable because it's not just one thing. It's not just superhero, death of Superman, and that's it, or X-Men #1 and that's it. There's so much things to choose from when you're coming in there. So many different things, whether it's digital, whether it's trades, whether it's, even manga or whatnot, all this stuff accounts to how healthy the comic book industry is right now. And not to mention, and I said this to someone, I said, publishers went bankrupt in the 90s. That's what led to the bubble. They were overprinting. They didn't have anything to sell. When's the last time stuff is getting overprinted right now?
Right.
That's not the case. And these publishers are very healthy. They have billion-dollar companies behind them, the major two. 80% of the market, Marvel and DC, they have billion-dollar companies behind them. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. So that's why I see it being healthy and stuff like that. So it's not just a Hollywood effect.
Right.
That's making this industry do what it's doing right now, and I just wanted to point that out.
Sure.
And would you agree?
I fully agree. I think another influence too that we don't put as much credit into is the YouTube. Channels like ours and many others. I think there's a lot of people who have hopped into independent stories that were strictly superheroes superhero readers most of their lives.
Yep.
And so you got this whole new generation of people hopping into independent books, which is invigorating the market as well. And I think this is a great time to be in comics, and I think this will go down in history as another one of the great ages. I really do. And so we'll see how it plays out, but I don't think Hollywood is the number one. It is for speculation. But when it comes to the actual industry itself, how robust it is based upon many other different factors right now.
Yeah, and I think if the people talk about a correction in prices because they're so high or if they go down, I don't think that would make a difference. If they do go down or the prices do drop, say they drop quite a bit in the secondary market, I don't think it affects our first market that much.
No.
I think all the points that we're pointing out, the books that are coming out, the strength of the books, there's a lot of readers out there.
Right.
There's a lot of people who don't sell books. I keep saying that, and everyone thinks everyone's selling everything. There are people who sell, but majority of people just read it and they keep them, or maybe they don't even read it, but they just keep them.
Right.
And they don't sell, and they just sit there and you go to a garage sale like 10 years later and you get lucky.
This is true.
Anyway, I just wanted to follow up on that. I want to say thank you to everyone who kind of chimed in. We don't have to agree on this. Like I said, it's totally opinion based. I could be wrong. I fully accept the fact that I probably got some things wrong on this.
We prefaced that last week.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a subjective, kind of subject, and
that's the way it's going to be.
Exactly. We said it was a weird thing, and you really can't put your finger on it.
Yeah. And some other people chimed in. I think Two Brothers made a video that kind of mentioned the same thing about the Hollywood and what's going on there and stuff like that. So it's nice to talk about. So
yeah, absolutely.
We always need something to talk about on the show because that's what the show's about.
Come on.
Okay, so we're also going to talk about that Jupiter's
Legacy.
We both finished watching it. We watched the first 3 episodes last time. I think there's 8 total. We both of us watched it. What do you think of the final 5 episodes or whatever?
So the very thing that I liked about it in the beginning is the very thing that I think hurt it in the end. Yeah. I think when we were watching it in the beginning, there was this flashback module when it's showing where they're at in modern day, and then we go with flashbacks to kind of show this journey on how they became who they are, and that's the way it kind of stayed through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I think because of that, by the end of it, it became boring in a certain sense. That you use this whole time to get to this point at the end, which you could have basically done within the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I was don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. I loved a lot of the different things inside of it, but when it got to the end, I'm like, that's it. You could have done that way sooner than this.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of anticlimactic for me in the end.
Yeah, I think it honestly peaked in the first issue, first episode.
Yeah,
for
first three,
one or 2 episodes I thought were really good. The last ones, I think it just kind of drawn out, and I really couldn't tell you what happened, in really the episodes. I mean, some character exploration or whatnot, but really it was just like they're just kind of spinning the wheel until they get to the end, of it. And even when they get to the end, I mean, the whole story arc is supposed to be the son against the father, and what they kind of the son's view about things and the father's view about things, and they hit that really heavy in the first couple episodes, and literally you hardly even see the son the rest of the series until the end.
The son is like an afterthought to the end.
Yeah, and I'm like, where's that guy been this whole time?
Right. They focused more on the sister than they actually did the son.
Yeah, and I was like, I mean, not that I didn't mind it, but it was like, even at the end, it all came back to that. It all came back down to trying to distance the son from the father and kind of take his place or whatnot, because the bad guy behind the thing, that's what he's trying to do.
Sure.
So I was like, when you get to the end of the thing and that's the focus, is like, that's not where I thought it was going.
Yeah, I also think that I think it was probably about episode number 5. I kind of pegged that the brother was going to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
And I've never read the actual series or anything like that. But as soon as I pegged that, and then you get to the end, you find out that he is. I think that's why it was kind of anticlimactic. Part of it was predictable to me.
Yeah, and the whole ending, last 45 minutes, I don't really even know what they're doing.
Right.
Going in the mine, doing this on why? Is it all just a hoax, just to make you believe it's the other guy? It's like, can't this guy just, I was in the mine, this is what it was.
Right.
It's all just like a big show for something he probably just could have said, because you don't see the guy. You only see him in his mind.
Right.
He's in his mind, whatever. I don't know. I thought it was just a bunch of smoke and mirrors for something that the main villain could have just said and say, hey, I know it's this guy. I read his mind. I know it's him, and he's the one behind everything. And they'd be like, oh, let's go get him.
Right.
And they could have just done that. But instead they do this whole elaborate, go in my mind, help me, do it, let's get my daughter involved, all this stuff. It's like, did any of that need to happen?
It really didn't.
No. I thought it was, I don't know.
I mean, and if it did, it could have been done better, because then parts of it were really confusing.
Yeah, I was confused. Yeah. I'm easily confused. Anyway, I enjoyed it for what it was, and I'm always looking for something new. And I will definitely check out a part 2 if they do a second season, so and see where it goes. So
yeah, for sure.
Anyway, next thing on the list is the Venom 2 trailer.
Yeah,
and that dropped this past week. So you watched it. I know you watched it because you were talking about it. So what do you think?
Well, I mean, I'll say the same thing I said last night on Robbie's movie night. I'm just going to keep an open mind about it. Really, the very first part of the trailer, with him making breakfast, there was just way too much silliness for me. And then the way they're portraying Carnage is, I think, rather silly. There's nothing there that makes me horrified or afraid, and you're supposed to be afraid of Carnage. And I guess that's what comes out of doing a PG-13 version of that story instead of a rated R. But look, it's a couple of my favorite characters, and so you got my money. I'm going to go see it, but I'm going to keep an open mind, just like I did the first one. I'll tell you, the first Venom movie, when I first saw it, I didn't like it. Yeah. I had to divorce myself from what I know of Venom and go see it on its own as its own thing, and then I enjoyed it. I mean, it became. I did like it. Still surprised it made $1 billion.
Sure,
but it's not my Venom. And I would say that this seems like a continuation. I'll be happy to see Venom on the big screen, but I have to keep an open mind because from what I'm seeing here, there was just way too much silliness for me.
Yeah, I saw the first one. Really didn't do much for me, to be honest. I'm not a tremendous Venom fan, or Carnage for that matter. And I watched the trailer and I saw the silliness and I was like, it just doesn't. it's the type of movie to where I'll just wait till it's on, TV or something and watch it or something like that, and I'll just catch it when I catch it.
Sure.
So it didn't make me want to go out and buy a ticket, or to go see it. So, unfortunately, I don't know. Maybe it's the voice. Maybe the voice is too crass for me, and I don't know. It's just something about it. I don't know. Maybe too much CGI effects kind of turns me off. And I don't like movies that are just dark all the time, to where you can't really see anything. And they have not only are they dark all the time, but they actually have like a darker palette that they use on the movie, so everything's shaded.
Right.
You don't see a clear view of stuff, because they're using so much CGI and stuff. So they did that with the first Venom, and they're doing it with this one. So I don't know. It didn't do anything for me at all to want to go see it. So unfortunately, I'll just wait till it's on Hulu or whatever.
Hulu?
If it's 2 years, I'll wait. It's no big deal. But I don't know. Unless I see a different trailer.
Yeah.
They talk about eating people again.
Maybe.
Eating that lady at the grocery store.
Can I eat her?
I think I like Woody Harrelson, and I think he's an interesting pick for Carnage.
Right.
And he's got his acting range is off the charts.
It is. But
so I'm curious to see that.
That kind of, campy, gonna approach him. I don't know, man. I wasn't. It's not Carnage to me.
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let us know. Let us know what you think.
Did you think it was wonderful? Maybe it is wonderful.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Maybe we don't know what we're talking about.
Keep it an open mind.
Yeah, I'm not. Hulu. Yeah, use my buddy's account.
There you go.
Anyway, that's our random thoughts. We don't have any more thoughts. We've emptied our brain.
There we go.
And we're thoughtless right now. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm actually going to go watch a UFC fight.
Oh, that's right. He gets all excited to watch people hurt each other.
Yeah.
That's
Chandler and Oliveira tonight, man.
I don't know. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's about it. I don't know of anything else. I just want to say once again, thank you to everyone who purchased the Chess #1 exclusive.
Thank you so much
for doing a sellout, and we were hoping that was the case, and you guys made it so. And if you're interested in Blowtorch, I still have some of those left, but the chess ones are pretty much gone, and that just is what it is. And we're probably going to do another variant sometime down the road. Next week we're going to be talking about mystery boxes.
Mystery boxes.
And the state of the mystery box market, which we haven't talked about it's literally been over a year.
I'm surprised.
So, I mean, some of these topics that you would think, it's been that long since we've hit them again. It's a whole new audience watching. So, the last time we did a mystery box, I think maybe 2,000 people watched. Now we average 8,000 people.
Right.
So it's going to be a whole new conversation.
Let's talk about it, man.
Yeah, and just in case you guys are wondering, and I get asked this all the time, the Bueller box, hey, when are you doing the Bueller box? And it's been almost a year. I am going to redo the Bueller boxes probably starting next month.
Very cool.
And doing a small run of Bueller boxes. Those are my random mystery boxes. They're the most affordable mystery box you can get, and you get more books than any other mystery box. That's kind of what I pride myself on. So they're very inexpensive, like $15, and you get like 11 to 13 books. So anyway, looking forward to doing that again.
Yeah.
So once again, I just want to say thank you to comicsoncoffee.com for the wonderful coffee today. Go to their website, order some coffee. Please order some coffee.
Mine's gone. I need some more.
Enter the code Bueller. You save 15%. Support a local business that's doing comic books and coffee.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Like I said, the other C is chalupa.
There you go.
Imagine the success.
Oh my gosh.
Coffee, comics, chalupa, and throw in a waffle every now and then.
Throw in a waffle?
Damn. You print money.
There you go. Here's the waffle breakfast chalupa.
There you go. That's what Robbie, his chalupa looks like. Some kind of waffle.
It does. It looks like a pancake.
He showed a picture of a new one. I was like, dude, what is that? It looks horrible.
Alabama's self-conscious, man.
I gotta show him a real chalupa.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, guys. That's all I got. Bob, anything?
Yeah, I got my review video will be dropping probably just before this one does. Monday morning, and then join me on Wednesday night, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. My brand new Bullseye Bobs 5 and 15, where I go over 5 random subjects in 15 minutes or less, and then we can sit there and talk about it for about an hour.
Is that a live thing?
That'll be a live stream.
okay, I didn't know that.
But this week's topic are the top 5 Daredevil runs.
Nice.
And so, in my opinion.
Yep.
And so,
The
looking forward
Ben
to that.
Affleck one.
For sure.
Yeah.
So join me on my channel, Everything Comics, and we'll have a conversation.
All right, there you
It's
go.
gonna be
Multiple videos from Bob this week.
All right.
Awesome. All right, everyone, appreciate it. Bob, go ahead. Take us out as well.
Sure thing. Don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys. You know what to do. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.